I'm making this video because I just kind of wanted to address some of the things that are happening around Shawn Rhoden. I know that this is a trending topic right now, and I just kind of wanted to give my 2 cents on it. As many of you might be already aware, it's been kind of floating around, that Shawn Rhoden has been accused of rape. He was the last year's Mr. Olympia champion. And I just think that this is, I want to present 2 different sides of it. So I first want to start off with saying that the Olympia released a post on Instagram, which I seen. That's the first time that I seen the news. But they banned him from this year's Mr. Olympia, and they banned him from all future Mr. Olympia contests, as well as they pulled him from a couple magazines that he was in. So I'd first like to address that these are only just charges. He hasn't been found guilty of them. There's evidence that leads him to believe, or leads them to believe, that he is guilty. However, he was not charged. I do understand that there's a bail. I don't know if he is in jail or where he's at right now. I would assume that he might be, because there's a bail for $750,000. To me, this seems like a large amount. So I figured that they have quite a bit of evidence. But like I said, in my opinion, he's still innocent until he's proven actually guilty of these charges. So yeah, I just kind of like to share my thoughts on how I feel about it. I completely agree from the Olympia's point of view of banning him this year for this Olympia. The chances of the case actually going through and being finalized by the end of this year's Olympia, I'm not sure if that will happen. So there might be a pending case, and he might be competing if they allowed him to compete in the Olympia, he might be competing while there's a pending rape case against him, which I wouldn't agree with. I don't think he should be allowed to compete. And I mean, like, the Olympia doesn't want someone associated with them that has been accused of rape, and I understand that 100%. And I wouldn't want the Olympia to be a felon of rape. That just wouldn't look good for bodybuilding, and it wouldn't look good for the Olympia, and it just wouldn't make people interested in watching it. So yeah, in my opinion, I think they did the right decision with banning him from this year's Mr. Olympia. However, they banned him from all future Mr. Olympia contests. Just my thoughts on this: I feel like this is a little bit premature. The reason why I say that is because he isn't guilty yet. He's still innocent until they get a verdict out and they accuse him of these charges and he's actually found guilty. So I think that's a little bit premature. I 100% agree that they shouldn't allow him to compete in this year's Olympia. You just have to feel bad for him. Let's just say he was innocent. I can understand it from the Olympia's point of view, because it's just someone that was accused of rape. You don't want to be associated with that person, whether or not he was guilty or whether or not he was innocent. And I understand that from the Olympia's point of view. But just think that this guy has worked his entire life to get to where he is. I think he's in his 40s. He's got great genetics, spent hours and hours in the gym, had to qualify for the Olympia. He devoted all his hard-earned time and all his effort towards the sport. And now he's not allowed to do what he loves just because somebody screamed rape. So I feel like if he was innocent, I don't feel like it's fair, but I understand it from the Olympia's point of view. It just sucks for him, honestly. I was a big fan of him. I feel like bodybuilding was heading in the right direction with Shawn Rhoden when he bet Phil Heath there last year. I just feel like he wasn't, in my opinion, he wasn't a big ball of muscle. He resembled more of what I like, which is a classic physique. That's why I chose personally to go on men's classic physique, was because I like the look better. I feel like it's more appealing. There's more proportionate, which I felt Shawn was very proportionate compared to Phil. Yeah, so I was really happy when he bet Phil last year, and I feel like they were heading in the right direction with almost bringing back classic bodybuilding in like a open division or in the main pro card there. But yeah, so I feel like they did that, but it's really unfortunate for him. And not only will even if he is guilty, or even if he is innocent, not only will this like tarnish his reputation and it'd be hard for him to get back in the public eye, and it just really sucks. It's really unfortunate. Although if he is guilty, I 100% agree that I think he should get every charge that they can against him, because I mean it isn't right for somebody to rape someone. whether or not you are a champion or whether or not you are a professional athlete or if you're famous or whatever. It doesn't make it any better. It's a serious charge, and I feel like if he is guilty, then by all means ban him, give him what he deserves, basically. But you don't know until he's charged. So that's kind of my standpoint on it. So I just wanted to give my 2 cents on it, and yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting Mr. Olympia this year. Alright guys, so with that being said, I just kind of want to give you my input on this year's Mr. Olympia and who I think, some notable mentions and who I think is going to win. Just my prediction. So I'd first like to start off by saying, you see Shawn Rhoden on that list. I'm going to bring up the list of qualified Olympia competitors this year so you can see them. But yeah, obviously Shawn's not able to compete this year because of the charges placed against him, so that gets rid of him. And Phil Heath, there's been a lot of circulation whether or not he's competing this year. There's a lot of photos circling around the internet there that he might be preparing for this year's Olympia. I'm unsure whether or not he is or not, so there's nothing finalized, I don't think, on that. But if he does plan to compete this year, I think he'll win the Olympia this year. It just makes sense for him to compete because of Big Ramy being out and Shawn Rhoden. So I think that they were 2 of his toughest competitions in the last couple of years in the Olympia. So I think that it would make sense for him to compete this year, and I think he would win if he does compete. So yeah, the next notable mentions, if Phil doesn't compete, then it really opens it up for somebody new to step in and take that title. So I'd like to bring up some notable mentions on who I think has a chance to win this year's Olympia, with the first being Roelly Winkler. He actually competed this year in the Arnold Classic 2019, and he placed 5th in that contest. And the past Mr. Olympias in 2018, he placed 3rd, and in 2017 he placed 6th. So he did make an improvement. He actually placed in the top 3 last year, which was really good. But his Arnold Classic standing this year was a little bit disappointing, I think, for him. So depending on what kind of package, it'd be interesting to see what kind of package he actually brings this year to the Olympia. And the next notable mention I've got is William Bonnick. He competed in the 2019 Arnold Classic this year as well. He placed 2nd. I think he brought an awesome package this year. I've seen a couple pictures of him. He seemed to look in great condition. Hopefully he'll be able to carry that over to the Olympia. And I think he's a good favorite this year as well, if Phil is out. And past Olympias, he placed 4th in 2018 and 3rd in 2017. So he did go down last year, but I think he's able to rebound this year, and I think he's able to really bring the physique that he's looking to bring to the Olympia based off his Arnold Classic. And I think that I've seen a couple videos. I've seen a video with him with Wesley Vissers. They're both from the Netherlands. He was training with him, and I think he just looks like he's going to come in much better this year. So yeah, definitely don't sleep on William Bonnick. The next person I'd like to bring up is Brendan Curry. He competed in the 2019 Arnold Classic this year. He placed 1st in that competition. Like I said, to William Bonnick, who placed 2nd in it. So his past Olympia appearances haven't been, I don't think they have been what he expected they were. He had a 5th place finish in 2018, and he had an 8th place finish in 2017. So he did crack the top 5 last year. However, he wasn't in the top 3. That doesn't mean that he can't get there. I honestly think that he is the favorite this year. So with that being said, my prediction to win the Mr. Olympia this year would be Brendan Curry. I just think that he's improved the most based off some of the pictures that I've seen. I mean, however, those are only pictures, and you still have got people that are doing the Olympia preps now for it. So there's a lot of time from now until the Olympia to really, bring the best package and to really improve. So there's someone that could step up that that aren't one of these. But I just think that these are the top 3 for me. But yeah, Brendan Curry, like I said, I think that he is my prediction to win if Phil doesn't compete. However, if Phil does compete, I'm predicting Phil to win. I think William Bonnick is definitely a close 2nd, though, to Brendan Curry. So I definitely wouldn't sleep on him, like I said. I think that William Bonnick definitely has a chance to win. It just depends on which package that he brings, and it depends on if the Arnold Classic carries over to the Olympia, and if the judges are on the same terms as they were with the Arnold Classic. So yeah, those are my predictions. In the comment section below, I'd like to hear everybody's thoughts. If Phil does compete, do you think he's going to win? And if Phil doesn't compete, who do you got to win this year's Mr. Olympia? Like I said, I think it's kind of open this year, which is good in some regards for bodybuilding, because that gives somebody an opportunity to really step up and get that new crown and really maybe make a run with it. So there's definitely a lot of interesting competitors this year. Let me know in the comments who you think is going to win. I'd be really happy to hear your feedback, and those are my predictions. Alright, so that's my 2 cents on the Shawn Rhoden accusations, and also those are my predictions on who's going to win the Olympia. Yeah, so I definitely like to hear you guys' comments, like I said in the video there. Just definitely comment below. If you haven't checked out my Fitness Facts, basically what Fitness Facts is, it's a blog that I do that's basically on different fitness topics, and it's free. You can access it on my website. I'm providing different educational style write-ups and just kind of motivational style write-ups, anything that I feel is going to be useful for people to learn something from. So yeah, I dropped it yesterday, which would have been Monday, July 15th. So you can go to my website, marklewisfitness.ca, and give that a read. I really appreciate it. And also, like the video. Yeah, it takes a lot of work making these videos. I know I was doing one a week every Sunday, but I decided to release this one because I kind of wanted to give my opinion on the Olympia and Shawn Rhoden, so I figured I would do a video on it. Yeah, so like the video, subscribe to my channel. I'm always releasing new content. I'm sharing my fitness journey. I'm providing educational, motivational style videos for people to watch, and I feel like I put a lot of work into the content. And I got a new video coming every Sunday. So I mean, I'm also always putting out content. I'm always putting out, trying to give tips and trying to give motivational advice. So yeah, definitely hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate that. And like I said, I have a podcast. I said it in my previous video, but I have a podcast coming this Thursday, which will be July 18th, which will be episode 1 of the podcast. It features a special guest, Wayne Miller, who is the owner of Downtown Nutrition, which is a health food store in Sydney, Nova Scotia. He also owns his own supplement company, Downtown DTN Labs, which is a pre-workout that he put out. So yeah, I'm going to be releasing that on Thursday, July 18th. So that'll be episode 1 of the podcast. I'm going to try to get one out every single week. So look for that dropping on Thursday. And yeah, my Sunday, which would be July 21st, which would be the next YouTube video, which would be Clean Bulk, of the Clean Bulk series. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you guys as well. So like I said, I have lots of content coming out. And hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and also comment below, like I said, who do you got this year for the Olympia. And also for my online coaching, you can visit my website. Make an investment into your fitness journey today. The importance of having a coach is second to none, just a second pair of eyes on your physique. The weekly check-ins, being able to have a customized training program that's based on your goals, and a nutrition plan to follow. It just makes it easy to get the results that you deserve. So if you're interested in signing up for my coaching, definitely visit my website, which I said before, which is marklewisfitness.ca, and check out my coaching. But yeah, with that being said, look out for the podcast coming Thursday and the next YouTube video coming Sunday. And I hope everybody enjoyed this video, and peace out.